I did an Instagram poll and it was tied between a recipe and a try to get ready with me. I just uploaded my crab cake recipe, so if you want to see that, go check that out. But today we're gonna do a try to get ready with me. If you hear the wind in the background, I'm so sorry. I cannot control the weather. So let's chat. I feel like I should tell you guys a little bit about me. I am 25. My birthday is in June 30th. I am a Cancer. I prefer the summer over the winter any single day of the week. Me and my boyfriend Michael recently moved in together at the end of September and raised in New Jersey. So I am a Jersey girl at heart. I went to college at the University of Tampa and I truly love Tampa so much that I eventually want to move back to the area. Right now I am enjoying North Jersey, which is where me and Michael moved to. We are both originally from the Shore area. We went to high school together and connected after I came back from college. Actually was never supposed to stay in New Jersey after coming back from college, but I connected with Michael and we obviously ended up falling in love. So I stayed, and I'm happy that I did. I do love New Jersey. It's just the weather that I truly don't love. I love being close to New York and going into New York, and so me and Michael did move quite a bit closer to New York just so that that's easier for me, and he also wanted to live in North Jersey. So before I left college, I fostered a kitten who was a literal baby. He was 21 days old when the shelter found him. So I fostered him from then on. I foster failed and now we have a cat, Miso. He's now going to be 4 in April that's coming up. He's my literal son. I basically birthed him when he was like, when I first started fostering him, he was so little that I had to help him go to the bathroom and literally do everything for him. He then went on a road trip with me from Tampa to New Jersey at the end of my school year, and we've been here ever since. Me and Michael have been dating for, let's see, so I believe February will make that 3.5 years. Michael personally isn't into social media in the way that I am, but he is very, very supportive of me. Social media has been something that I've really always been interested in. I love to style an outfit. I love to take pictures. I don't know, it was just always something that I found fun. I did it throughout college. That was kind of like my fun thing to do. Everyone liked to go out to the bars. I liked to get ready and take pictures and, you know, make like little videos and stuff like that. I've also always loved makeup. I used to wake up super early before school in high school and do a full face of makeup. Obviously it wasn't looking as good as it does now, but I have probably been doing my makeup for close to or over 10 years now, so I've had some practice, so I've definitely improved. I've gone through some bad makeup phases for sure. Everybody remembers 2016 makeup. There was this time where I used to have like really thick bushy eyebrows just naturally, and of course because I was into makeup I would like fill them in, and they were bold to say the least. And I just remember my friends basically talking behind my back and making fun of me for my eyebrows. And you know, I mean, whatever, but like that's a vivid memory that I have from high school. But I never would let anyone deter my love for makeup. Since then I have definitely scaled the brows back, because I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best look. You know, they might have been onto something, but like maybe you could have told me to my face instead of like behind my back, but whatevs. But so yeah, now my eyebrows have been scaled back. I definitely prefer the more thin brow look. Also, my eyebrows are like my pride and joys. I pluck my eyebrows every single day, morning and night. And I swear my eyebrow hair grows like weeds, and I just don't know why. So they must be maintained properly. Another thing that you may or may not know is I do not like to drink alcohol. I really never did. Back in high school, when, you know, me and all my friends first started drinking and stuff like that, I drank a couple times, and every single time my stomach would kill me and I would either throw up or just feel like shit for like 2 days. So I kind of decided that drinking wasn't for me, which is okay. And I really stuck with that. I never really drank throughout high school. I was always the DD for my friends, which I loved doing because I still loved going to the functions and stuff like that. I just didn't feel that I needed to drink to be there. So I would always DD our friends if we would go to, like, we had like woods parties and stuff, and I had a Jeep back in high school, so I would always drive my friends in, and I had a great time. I just wouldn't drink. And that kind of, you know, followed me to this day. I still will not drink, purely just because I don't like it. I don't want to. I also think it tastes like shit, so I still DD to this day. In college, I was always the designated driver. I would DD all my friends to the bars, get us all home safe. Like, that was just me. And everybody knew that. Everybody knew I was gonna go out, but I wasn't going to drink. I was a huge fan of ordering water at the bar. Honestly, I prefer being sober also because it's so much fun to go out with all your drunk friends and just watch everybody who's drunk. Like, people say the stupidest shit, people do the stupidest shit, and like the next morning they'll be like, I don't remember what happened. I'll be like, oh, don't worry. Not have drank throughout college. I for sure did my fair share of smoking marijuana. Maybe a little too much. I definitely, that was my vice for all 4 years. After I came home, I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. It started to affect me differently. I would feel like hungover after smoking the next day, and I don't know, I just feel like my body was trying to be like, I don't think you like this as much as you did in college. Even to this day, I rarely will smoke anymore. So I'm basically fully sober most of the time. Sometimes I will smoke if, like, you know, I'm hanging out with my friends and, you know, everybody's drinking, something like that. Like, I will, but I definitely don't do it every day like I used to in college. There was a while where like I would just basically smoke to do literally anything. It was definitely very unhealthy. So now I'm basically sober by choice. I get a lot of questions when people ask me, you know, or they realize that I'm not drinking, or that I, you know, don't drink or don't really smoke anymore. I get so many questions, and people are very surprised almost, or like they don't understand how I can do it. And I don't know how to explain it other than it's what I like, you know. I like to be in control of my situation. I like to just always be in like a clear headspace. So that's another reason why I'm almost always sober. I am someone who is terrible at responding to text messages. I truly am. I always have been. It's something I'm trying to get better at. For someone who's always on their phone, I am really bad at responding to people. Granted, I don't have many friends. I truly don't. I have a couple friends from college that I talk to, you know, semi-regularly. Other than that, I have a couple friends from high school that me and my boyfriend see because we were both friends with them. And then I have my two best friends who also do content creation, Haley and Carm. I'm mostly with them. If I'm with anybody who's not Michael, it's 99% of the time them. So I actually met Haley and Carm through a creators group that we're in, 28 Row. It might have been 2 years now. I put a message in our chat, the 28 Row chat, and I basically was just saying that like if there was anybody in like the Central Jersey area that wanted to create content together and, you know, basically just help each other take content, you know, to please respond. And Carm responded, and we set up like a plan to meet and take photos, and basically from there formed like an amazing friendship. Through her I met Haley, who they went to college together, so they already knew each other, and we all just started taking content together. And honestly, I'm so thankful for them, because if it wasn't for them, I really don't know if I would even still be trying to create content and do this as my full-time job, because it's really hard when you're alone. And it's also hard when you have friends that don't necessarily like to create content or really care. It's really hard to create content when you don't have people surrounding you who are either into that, supporting that, or, you know, helping you. So I'm just so thankful that I found them, and, you know, we all do it together now. Oh, the other day I got into a car accident. It's technically, it was the second accident that I was in my car for. The first car accident that my car ever got into is actually a funny story. My neighbor called out of work, like a grown man, like 50 years old plus, called out of work, and someone in our development where I used to live worked at the same place that he did, and because he didn't want them to drive by and see his car at home, he decided to park his car in our dirt lot where my Jeep was parked. This is before I even had my license. So he was trying to hide his car in front of my Jeep and reversed right into my front bumper and told no one. So 2 weeks later, my dad happened to spot a dent in the plastic bumper and basically was asking me if I got into a car accident. And I was like, I can't even drive the car without either you or mom in the car. Like, someone would know if I had something. So then basically we looked at our security cameras and saw what happened. So that was the first accident that my car's been in. And then I was actually in a company car for my old company that I worked for, driving home from work. And basically one lane opened up into two and I moved into the second lane, and a white construction van started to also move into the lane, and I honked my horn, letting him know that I was there, that he was going to hit me, and he didn't care. So he basically sideswiped me into the curb and did some pretty good damage on the company car, but we had a dash cam, so it was all on film. And it's honestly so funny. If I have the footage on my phone or my iPad, I'll include it right here. But the dash cam had, like, through the windshield, you could see through the windshield, but there was also a camera that was facing me, so you could see me. And it was so funny. I'm literally like applying my chapstick and I realize what's happening. I lay on the horn and then he still hits me, and like my jaw just dropped because I was like, I couldn't believe that I was laying on my horn and he still decided to move over. So yeah. Then the third accident literally happened the other day. I was on my way to go get Dunkin' Donuts. I wanted a coffee, what can I say? And I was at a red light and there was two left turn lanes to the right of me, and they got a left turn signal green before my lane got the green to go straight. And the guy behind me, who was also in a white work construction van, I guess thought that we also had the green light and basically stepped on the gas and ran into the back of me. And obviously, thank God that in both of my accidents that I was in the car, I did not get hurt. I definitely get a little traumatized after each accident, only because, like, I don't know, you just don't know who you're driving on the road with, and that scares the shit out of me. Because, like, I know that I am a confident and good driver, but obviously not everybody is, especially in the state of New Jersey. They got some crazies, that's for sure. I'm trying to think of other things about me. I'm always bad at like I remember in college, like during like syllabus week, they'd be like, okay, like what are like, you know, fun facts about you, or like, you know, stuff like that. And I would never know what to say. Oh, I have one actually. I did competitive gymnastics for quite a long time, probably from when I was 10 to 18 till I graduated high school. And in that time, I broke my right ankle 3 separate times, and each time I broke it in 2 places. But I never needed surgery, thank God. But yeah, so I was like always in a cast or had crutches. On occasion, I do miss gymnastics, and all of my friends that I've made throughout the years doing gymnastics, because we spent a lot of time together. I also miss how in shape I was from doing gymnastics. For the longest time I was like ripped with like a six-pack. It's so funny, I can remember like in elementary school, obviously I was like a little dinky little thing. I probably weighed like 60 to 70 pounds. But we did like a end of the year PE evaluation, and one of them was like, they were like, you know, it was like stretches to see how flexible you were, and one of them was pull-ups, and I'll never forget because I beat all the boys, and it was like how many pull-ups you could do, and I did like over 20 and almost none of the boys could even keep up. So I remember that. I just think that's so funny. But I was also like so tiny, and like my arm muscles were so big. It was so funny. I also love to do the bars, so I like my arm muscles were in their peak performance era. So not anymore. Not anymore. I probably could do, if I really, really, really tried, like 3 pull-ups, which is embarrassing, but I'm not a gym goer. I am not a gym goer. I'm so lazy nowadays. I do try to do like a mud run once every year. I haven't done it the past couple of years. I think the last time I did it was the year I came home from college, and I was supposed to do it with my sister and 1 or 2 of my friends, and everybody bailed on me like the day of or the day before. So I went alone, and I actually beat my PR. I did it all by myself, and I do feel like because I was by myself, I beat my PR. Because obviously I was like, in my head, I was like, the fuck, like, you know, you gotta make it worth it. And then the next year, no one wanted to do it with me again, so I didn't do it. And then I found out that they stopped doing it, or something happened where they don't do it anymore, and I was devastated. There are other runs that I could do, and I will hopefully do one this year, because I would always say that that was like my yearly like workout. And I wouldn't train for it. I would just like show up and just, you know, push through, get it done. Like, it was only a 5K, so it was like, it was doable. But I just love like the obstacle courses and stuff like that. Like, the mud runs are so much fun. Oh, while I'm doing my lips, I do have lip filler. I actually got, I think I've had a couple syringes. It might not look like it, because the first couple syringes that I got, my body metabolized the filler so fast that within 2 months of getting the filler, my lips were back to normal. So the last time I got my lips done was at the end of August, before I went on vacation in September. And I got a new type of filler, and I'm absolutely obsessed. They've stayed so well. I'm so happy with them. I was getting frustrated because I was spending so much money on filler and it just wasn't staying, and I just wasn't happy. And I'm happy now. I'm happy now. I love the way my lips look. I'm so content with them. I don't want them any bigger. I just don't want them to get any smaller. So I had like thought about lip filler for a long time, and just never got it done. And then I finally decided to bite the bullet and I became obsessed. So, oh, another fun fact, I have quite a bit of tattoos. I honestly don't know how many I have. I don't really keep count. But I have almost my full forearm done. I have one on my upper arm here and here. I actually did this one myself. And then I have other ones sporadically on my body elsewhere, but I really only want to do my full arm and then be done. So, and I also have a lot of piercings. I believe one ear has 6 and the other either has 7 or 5, I can't remember. And I also have my belly button pierced from when I was like 16. I don't wear like an actual belly ring in there anymore. I just wear like a little hoop so it won't close. But I don't know. I'm not really into the belly ring anymore. I like the little hoop because it's like very subtle. You can't even tell unless you're like looking at it. Another, this isn't a fun fact, but I feel like I should share because I'm about to straighten my hair. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. This hair is shorter than the rest because about 2 years ago, I want to say 2 years ago now, I developed a condition called alopecia areata where I lost like coin-sized pieces of my hair on the top of my head. This piece right here was actually the first spot that I lost. And so basically it's an autoimmune disease where your immune system attacks your hair follicles because your immune system thinks they're bad. There's not really a cure, so you kind of have to just live with it. So I did have a like bald spot on the top of my head. I also had some on this side of my head, and it continued on for about a year where I would find random little ones, but this first one was the biggest of all of them. And basically this is how much it's grown over 2 years. So it has grown quite a bit. It's like a bang size piece. But while it was growing in, I really struggled because obviously I had baby hairs growing in from the top of my head. They were growing in, sticking straight up. They didn't want to cooperate. So I really struggled with that because it was just like the thought of like possibly losing a lot of my hair. Obviously that's tough. I mean, like I said, I had like a noticeable bald spot on the top of my head that I would fill in with eyeshadow because I was so embarrassed, and like there was just nothing that I could do about it. You know, I had to just wait for my hair to grow back in and pray that it didn't happen again. So luckily, since then I haven't had any larger spots. I've had a couple small spots, and I just deal with it. But I have so many baby hairs that just are so crazy, so I usually try to like tame them down, although they don't like to listen. So, but I have so many of them, like along the front of my face here and my part. I'm just thankful that I haven't had another very large patch pop up, because the first patch was truly the scariest and most nerve-wracking thing. And then obviously I googled about it and whatnot, and like I said, it came up that it was an autoimmune disease and there wasn't like a cure to prevent it from happening again. And then I went to the dermatologist because my mom wanted me to, and he basically told me everything that I already knew. So yeah, I just have to live with it. And he said that it could happen once in your life and never happen again. It could happen now and it could happen years from now and then it could stop, or it could just like continuously happen throughout the rest of your life and even possibly progress and get worse to full-blown alopecia. So I always am just checking to make sure that I don't see any other spots or anything like that. But I am definitely lucky, I would say, that my hair has grown back in the way that it did. For sure. I don't wish that on literally anybody, because the feeling of the possibility of losing all of my hair was traumatizing. I truly, like, I've been trying to grow my hair out longer for years now. So when that happened, I was just beside myself. But everything as of now is good. I haven't had a spot in quite some time. And like I said, my first spot was 2 years ago. So we're just hoping and praying that that doesn't happen again. But if it does, what can you do about it? There's nothing to do about it besides live with it. So yeah, I'm all done and my makeup's done and my hair's done, and now I'm going to film some stuff that I need to do for today, and I also need to run out, do some errands, and I have a Zoom call in about 2 hours, so I need to get going on all of that. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening to me blab on about myself for however long this video is. Yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Honestly, the fact that I have like 40 subscribers on YouTube is kind of crazy to me, because I was always afraid of YouTube for the longest time, and I just felt like no one would watch my stuff or no one would subscribe and support me. So I'm just truly grateful for everyone who's following along on my journey to become a full-time content creator, and I just am so thankful. So thank you guys so much. I love you, and if you have any suggestions for any videos that you would like to see, please comment. I would be happy to create videos that you guys truly want to see. I would be ecstatic, so please let me know. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.